On this day in working class history, the 3rd of February. On the 3rd of February 1953, the Batepá massacre took place in São Tomé and Príncipe as Portuguese colonial authorities tried to quell protests of native Creole people, known as Foros. The colony faced labour shortages, and plantation owners relied mostly on contract workers from Cape Verde and Portuguese colonies on the African mainland like Angola and Mozambique, and public works were often undertaken by forced labourers who were kidnapped by police. Foros considered plantation work as slave labour and refused to do it. So colonial authorities implemented various measures to try to force them into wage labour, like outlawing sales of alcohol that they made and increasing the poll tax. They also planned to bring 15,000 more people from Cape Verde, and rumours spread that the government planned to seize Foros' land to give to the settlers. Large protests, mostly by Foros, broke out across the colony on February 3rd. Authorities claimed that they were part of a communist rebellion and formed militias to crush them. Over the next few days, security forces and militias killed hundreds of Foros. Some were suffocated, others burned to death, and many more beaten, tortured, and sentenced to forced labour. Bodies of the victims, the governor reportedly told his subordinates to, quote, throw this shit into the sea to avoid troubles, end quote. A subsequent investigation by Portuguese authorities concluded that there was no communist plot. However, the governor was still praised and promoted. None of the murderers were prosecuted, but 7 Foros were convicted of murder for killing 2 police officers. The massacre spurred a growth of support for independence, and February 3rd is today remembered as the Day of the Martyrs of Liberty and a national holiday. As a result of independence struggles, the Portuguese dictatorship was eventually overthrown by a revolution in 1974, which you can learn about more in episodes 41 to 42 of the Working Class History podcast. For sources, maps, and all of our anniversaries each day, check out the On This Day section of our Stories app at stories.workingclasshistory.com. And if you value our work, support us at patreon.com/workingclasshistory. Links in the show notes. See you tomorrow.